carried the child safely in the basket running down the Nile. Tide the bowlines, pull up the mast. The tides are pulling and they're moving fast. River song, river song, river song, river song, river song, river song. River song, river song, river song. Heard the cries of his people and the waters stirred. Let 'em go, or the plagues will be upon you, Pharaoh. They fled the land and came upon the tide. The waters all around were on their side. Walked on through, safely passed as the waters grew. Tide the bowlines, pull up the mast. The tides are pulling and they're moving fast. River song, 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 river song. Let us say, let us say, let us say thank you. Let us say, let us say, let us say thank you. Let us say, let us say, let us say thank you. Let us say, let us say, let us say thank you. Mode ani, oh, restore my soul, restore my soul, and let me be free, let me be free, and keep me grateful, keep me grateful.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. A little warm-up for our Thanksgiving holiday from Nefesh Mountain, Modeh Ani Lefanecha. And Shabbat Shalom, great to have you with us on this Shabbat, November the 6th, Friday evening. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. How we go. Now you can see me. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I hope that everybody's hanging in there. I know that there's many people are carrying anxiety this week with all the election coverage and all the other kinds of things that are going on. And what an opportunity tonight to just take a breath and move in to Shabbat, find a little place within ourselves and within our community for renewal and for connection. And so we're going to begin with just a melody, just to begin to warm up our spirits, a nigun.
So those of you who've been around TBI for a while know that First Fridays for many, many years, 15 at least, I guess, yeah, 15. We had the shul band, and because of the COVID situation, we haven't been able to get the band together like we usually do. We're still working on trying to find a way, but a little shul band presence I would like to contribute today, at least for some of the tunes we do. So here's one we always start out with. Yada die 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 die. Yada die die. Yada die 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 die. Yada die 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 die. Yada die die. Yada die die. Yada die die da die die. Yada die da die. Yada die 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 die. Yada die 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 die. Yada die 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 da die. Yada die 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 die. Yada die 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 die. Die die die.
Going to share our prayer book with you, our Siddur. We continue for those who have a Shabbat book at home with Shalom Alechem on page 24.
Shalom Alechem Malachei Hasharet Malchei 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 Elyon Mimelech Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu Bochem L'Shalom Malachei Hashalom Malchei 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 Elyon Mimelech Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu Baruch Hu Nil Shalom Malachei Hashalom Malchei 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 Elyon Mimelech Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Everybody yadadai yadadai dai yadadai dai 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 Yai dai 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 yada dai dai yai dai 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 yai dai 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 Seidchem l'shalom Malachei Hashalom Malchei 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 Elyon Mimelech Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu. One more lalai. Yada la la la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la la. Yada la la la. Yai la 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. Sorry, Rabbi, you're muted.
Thank you, Cantor. I'm going to continue with blessing our Shabbat lights. I'd like to invite the Madrid family to turn on their camera. And all right, hi, Stacy and Chloe. You guys can unmute yourself, and there's I think you're reading something there, right?
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Thank you. We're going to, you should be able to see candles there burning over there, and also
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirshanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
and Mazel Tov to Chloe and her family. And tomorrow we will be celebrating her long delayed and anticipated bat mitzvah. So everybody can check it out on the TBI events page. But Mazel Tov, we'll see you in a little bit in the service, Chloe. Good to see you guys. All right, I'm going to share the prayer book again. And we take a moment to reflect on the week that has been and to take a breath, to spend a moment on each day, on its blessings and its challenges, to revel in this time of Shabbat, an island of time, to renew and to connect and to recharge. We take another breath, review the week, and then we'll continue with Lecha Dodi.
Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echan Hishmeanu El Hamyuchan Adonai Echan Ushmo Echan L'Shem Ultiferet Velitchila Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor habracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'makshvat chila Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela. Hitoreri hitoreri kiva orech kume uri 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 shiraberi kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela.
You can rise if you're able and face the door to your home, or just turn in that direction to welcome the Shabbat presence into our homes and into our hearts.
Ohi v'shalom ateret bala gam v'simcha uv'tzola toch emunei am segula boi kala boi kala Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela.
We continue with Chatzi Kaddish on page 26. I'll invite Chloe to lead us.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah Ve'alma divera hirute ve'almif malchute B'chayechon uv'yom echon uv'hayedekol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimeru amen Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevara Leila Amolome Amaya Yitbarach V'Yishtabah V'Pa'ar V'Yitrama V'Yitnaseh V'Yithadar V'Yitale V'Yitalal Shemei Kudesha Barichu Le'elam Mikol Berchata V'Shirata Tushbechata V'Nechemata Da'amiram Be'alma V'Yimeru Amen.
Chloe's going to read Baruch Hu for us on page 28, and then we'll sing it together. I invite everybody at home, if you're able to, please rise.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Chavara, Baruch Adonai Chavara Le'olam Va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever.
Yada die die die, 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 yada die die die. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed, Le'olam Va'ed. Yada dai dai dai, 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 yada dai dai dai.
Last three lines in the Hebrew on page 30.
El Chai v'Kayam, Tamidim Lochaleinu Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Ata Adonai, Hamariv Aravi.
Amen. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Ve'ahavatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim, Baruch Ata Adonai
Baruch Shemo.
Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Amen. Invite Chloe back to read for us Shema, and then we'll sing Shema together.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Oh, sorry. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is Adonai, blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Thank you.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Like to invite Chloe back to lead us in Ve'ahavta, page 36.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha ub'no nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Elohim etzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam Veshitecha b'beitecha uvletecha b'derech u'shochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha ukshartam amezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Lemon tiskaru v'asitem ekol mitzvotai V'ditem kedoshim leloehem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher chosei tiachem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lahem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem
Adonai Elohim.
Adonai Elohim Emet.
Thank you, Chloe. We continue with Micha Mocha, our song of freedom, on page 40.
Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar hakodesh norati lo osei fele. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar hakodesh norati lo osei fele. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokeyam libnei Moshe u'Miriam ze Eli anu ve'amru Adonai imloch leolam va'en. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh norati lot osei fele. Norati lot osei fele. Norati lot osei fele. V'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov ugalo meyad chazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo.
Gal Yisrael.
Amen. We continue with Hashkivenu as we ask God to watch over us, to let us lay down with a sense of shlemut, a sense of wholeness each night, to rise up with a sense of purpose each day. This melody of Hashkivenu was actually Chloe goes every summer, not COVID summer, but goes to Wilshire Boulevard Temple Camp, Skinley Hilltop Camp. And this was a melody that began there at the Wilshire Boulevard camps and is sung at camps throughout the United States. Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake from morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen. Amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen.
We give thanks for Shabbat. Join in singing Vishamru, page 44.
Vishamru v'nei Israel et hashabat, lasud et hashabat, lidorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Israel et hashabat, lasud et hashabat, lidorotam berit olam. Ve'ni uvein b'nei Israel, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Ve'shamru b'nei Israel et hashabat, lasud et hashabat, lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, ve'shamru b'nei Israel et hashabat, lasud et hashabat, lidorotam berit olam. U'v'yom hashvi Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash. Ve'shamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Sorry, Rabbi, you're still muted.
Oh, thank you. I was giving a whole sermon and nobody was hearing me. I
Okay.
said we're going to begin our Amidah. If you can find your own space, that can be a physical space that you can find yourself, that you're not distracted, or it can be a spiritual space that you create around you. As we go through our first few prayers together of our Amidah, and then have a musical offering by Dr. Randy Polivoy. And for the first couple of prayers, we're going to ask Chloe to lead us. Page 46.
Adonai sefatati taf uviagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Onara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei hakol, vezocher chasdei avot v'imachod, umegivu lav livnei bneihem lema shemo be'ahava, mela ozer u'mashiach u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, machayei hakol atah ra lehoshia. Morid Harua, Morid Hagashem, Mechalkel Hayim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umechaye Eninatov Lishenei Alpha. Micha mocha bagavurot, umi domela, melet me mi do mechaye, umat mi of Yeshua, beneman atala hayot hakol, baruch atah Adonai, machel hakol.
Amen. Thank you, Chloe. Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Hu Shemo.
Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen.
Please take a few moments for silent prayer for the text of your own heart, and then an offering from Dr. Randy Polivoy. Shabbat Shalom, Randy.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom to all TBIers out there. Good to see you again. I'm going to be playing Sim Shalom by cantor Natalie Young, who is the cantor at the temple in Aliso Viejo, Temple Beth Israel. And you may recognize that name. I previously played her piece Shabbat HaMalkah or Sabbath Queen, for the high holidays, actually, with Rachel Wong on violin. So this is another piece of hers, an earlier piece. And just by way of preface, it is traditional to recite Sim Shalom during the morning service of Shabbat, but I'm going to take a little artistic license here, since the theme of peace, which Sim Shalom is all about, is such a pertinent subject right now, especially with the election going on. And it is a beautiful tune also. So the translation of the first line, at least, of Sim Shalom is grant peace, goodness, blessing, grace, loving kindness to us and to all Israel, your people. Actually, a friend sent me the music. I wasn't familiar with this tune, and she was in touch with Natalie Young. And when I first played it through, I wasn't really that impressed with it. But then I turned to the definitive source for recordings, YouTube, and heard her recording of it on her album Soul Spark, and very much impressed with it at that point. So something, of course, is lost in the translation from the studio recording, where you have this lush orchestration and, of course, Natalie singing with her beautiful voice. You can't, and also you can't hear the words, so that's a little bit of a drawback. But I hope this rendition gives you a little taste of the piece. Sim Shalom, Cantor Natalie Young.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. I thought I'd do something a little bit different this week than I typically do, partly because during this time leading up to the election and this week of the election, one of the things I've been doing for my own sake and for my own mental health is I've been looking at Jewish text and ideas around making decisions and disagreement and how those things play in to this time in our lives. So I'd like to share a little bit of that with you and then share a poem that was created by a colleague of mine as well. So I'm going to share a text with you. Let me find it here. There it is. So this is a text. Excuse the fact that the word Psalms in English, not in Hebrew, but in English, got two letters got swapped around. I just noticed that. But Midrash on Psalm 12 says, Rabbi Yanai said, the Torah was not given in a clear-cut manner. Rather, on every statement God said to Moses, God would say 49 reasons why the matter could be pure and 49 reasons why the matter could be impure. Moses said to God, Ribono shel olam, master of the universe, when will we know the truth of the matter? God said to Moses, go according to the majority. If the majority rules it is impure, it is impure. If the majority rules it is pure, it is pure. So it's kind of an interesting text and a little bit of a strange text. 49, why would God give 49 reasons why something is pure and 49 reasons why something is impure? After all Moses wants right here is a straight answer to know whether something is pure or not. The Torah is clearly not clear-cut here. The Torah is trying to make sure that humans are involved in decision-making. God doesn't come down from high and give the answer. It's asked, and it's sort of an interesting thing here, the question about 49, because there is a little bit of Jewish tradition around 49. You might think about why the number 49, why 49 pure things and 49 impure things. I would say first, because 49 is one less than 50, and then say, why is the number 50 significant? Well, 50 represents a closing or a completion. There are a few biblical examples, but here are two just to make a point. The Jubilee year is the 50th year in the Jewish agricultural cycle. It is the closing of a time period. It functions as a reset so that according to Jewish law, all land returns to its original owners on the 50th year. And you may remember that we count the Omer every year between Passover and Shavuot. We count 49 nights of the Omer, and then the 50th is Shavuot, the 50th day is Shavuot. And so the rabbis understood there was a symbolic significance to the number 50 and therefore integrated it into rabbinic literature. There's a midrash that says that the Israelites descended to the 49th level of impurity during their years of slavery in Egypt. And it was at that precise moment that God decided to redeem them and take them out of Egypt. Why did God redeem the Israelites specifically once they descended to the 49th level of impurity? Well, according to the Midrash, because God knew that at 50, it's a done deal. If the Israelites had been left in Egypt long enough to descend to the 50th level, they would have been beyond redemption at that point. 50 represents the closing of a chapter, inability to come back. So we're only allowed, God only gives on each side 49 reasons something's pure, 49 reasons something's impure. In a sense, a message that we can never totally be sure. We can never be sure that we're right. We should always leave a little bit of room for humility that maybe we could be wrong. The text teaches us that we become wiser by recognizing the limits of our knowledge. And so, of course, we should and can educate ourselves on important issues, cultivate our opinions. We may have 49 great reasons for that particular proposition that we voted for on the ballot this last week. Nevertheless, it is not humanly possible to obtain total knowledge or total understanding. So what then is this midrash from Midrash Psalms that we looked at trying to teach us? Perhaps that we have to have intellectual humility, right? We can only never get to 50, never know for sure. We also have to have intellectual curiosity in order to be open to learning from the knowledge and experiences of others. And these are ingredients for what could be called a 49-49 conversation. It's a conversation in which we sit down with people with whom we disagree. And each person brings their own viewpoints, their own 49. But just as importantly, they have to bring a genuine interest in hearing the opposing 49 of someone else with a different viewpoint. We need to have these conversations because they provide us with perspectives that we cannot find on our own. And when each side understands where the other is coming from, it has a humanizing effect, which is a critical first step to engaging with those we disagree with. You know, in Jewish tradition, we study traditionally in chavruta, in a partnership, so that we can challenge each other and argue with each other and sharpen each other's ideas. Hillel and Shammai fought with each other, never agreed with each other in their decisions, but their communities ate with one another. They shared meals with one another. They married one another. One of the challenges of our society is that happens less and less. We are more and more divided. We get our news from different places and different platforms. We see the other often as not an opponent in ideas, somebody who we have a different vision of where our community or our country should go, but as somebody who is our enemy or needs to be destroyed. That is the great danger of that faces democracy, not just in the United States, but around the world today, as the demonization of the other. I'd like to end with a poem by Rabbi Karen Kedar. And let's see, I just had it here, but now I don't. So give me 1 second. The poem is a reflection of our times. Many of the phrases in the poem actually come from scripture. And so they are not just a poem, but they are a poem that, sorry, it just disappeared, so I'm digging it up on my computer. But it is a poem based on verses from Psalms and from liturgy, and various places in our tradition. So I'm very sorry. I had it on my screen and I lost it. I will share. Oh, I found it. Great. Here it is. It's called Grace in the Wilderness. God, creator of light and goodness, may we find grace in the wilderness. Help this great nation emerge from chaos and fear to healing and tranquility. We ask our leaders to act with insight and honor, to carry authority with humility and compassion. As Proverbs say, righteousness exalts a nation. And as for me, Holy One of Blessing, may this be my prayer. Still my troubled being, for I yearn to emerge from darkness and confusion. Lift me, carry me, set me upon a rock that I may feel safe within the storm. I have sat in the valley of tears long enough. Strengthen my resolve that I may be a force for good, a light when there is darkness. Help me be filled by acts of love and kindness, compassion and understanding. May I find the way to transcend my inclination for strife and be a bearer of hope and righteousness. As it says in Micah, though I have fallen, I rise again. Though I sit in darkness, God is my light. Guide me, comfort me, grant me strength. May this be my prayer. So as we move into our Misha Berach prayer and fill our minds and our hearts with all of those in our lives and our community in need of healing, we also remember the healing that needs to be done in the fabric of our society, of our communities, of our country. And we ask for each person in our land a healing of body and of mind and of spirit.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Hu Yivarech Et HaCholim Elna Rifana Elna Rifana Lanu Elna Rifana Elna Rifana Lanu.
We ask for blessings upon Rebecca Gilman, Bela Pasternak, Hannah Fields Austin, Eran Goichenberg, Sue Tobak, Alicia Goldfarb, Paula Steinbach, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Gabrielle Silton, Pam Polyakoff, Connie Shapiro, Kathy Blumenfeld, Gloria Austin, Caitlin Antrim, Judith Bosworth, Kathy Brewster, Doug Austin, David Bush, Stephanie Holland, Mark Goldberg, Maureen Fenton, Jennifer Rudin, Susan Brewer, Charity Razade, James Stead, Ed Ansell, Marion Snyders, Kimberly Zimmerman, Lori Snyder, Brad Holland, Isley Holland, Jacob McNaughton, Bernie Karmatz, Mike Klein, Beatrice Caden, Meg Silton, Linda Jones, Henry Gerard, Kirby Perkins, Brenda Found Gerard, Serena Postal, Laura Morris, John Hodges, Brian Desatnik, Nancy Brewster, Cynthia Tolentino, Sarah Cohen, Marlise Marcus, Bobby Kay, Tricia Kramer, Shirley Karnofsky, and all of those in our hearts.
Elna Refana Elna Refana La Elna Refana Elna Refana Lo.
going to invite Jeff Pass to come on and share some announcements with all of you. Welcome, Jeff, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you, Rabbi, for a very stimulating sermon tonight. 49. I'm surprised you didn't mention that it was 7 squared, which is the first thing that occurred to me. Really enjoyed hearing that and thinking about it, and I'll be thinking about it for days to come. And thank you to Canna Bush and Randy Polivoy for their consistent musical enlightenment. And congratulations to Chloe and her family. I was very impressed by Chloe leading us in prayer tonight, and I would imagine that we'd be in for a treat if we joined in tomorrow to see her read the Torah. I have a few announcements. Two that are very dear to me. On Sunday, there are 2 sessions that are taking place. One is the Social Action Committee is meeting at 10 a.m. And if you want to be a force for good, as that prayer suggested, come join with some of your fellow congregants and find out about ways that we can improve on the work that we've been doing, following up on the fantastic food drive that was so successful. And at 9:30, almost at the exact same time, there's a Brotherhood session. Many of you may not be aware that the Brotherhood has evolved, and there's a program every month. And this month's program is about Jewish fatherhood and grandfatherhood. And there will be a panel discussing some of the writings about Jewish fatherhood. And I think it'll be very stimulating, and you get to hang out with some really interesting brothers. A few other announcements. That is something just about every night, as usual. Engage Together and Apart, The Future of Jewish Peoplehood, a course from the Shalom Hartman Institute, facilitated by Rabbi Kupitz, addressing the complexity of Jewish peoplehood and the contemporary challenges it faces in our 2 different homes, Israel and America. And that's every Tuesday at 7:15 through December. And Canna Bush and Rabbi Kupitz are presenting Introduction to Judaism, which started 2 weeks ago. It goes for 16 weeks on Wednesdays at 7:15. And all of these, by the way, are available. The information and the Zoom link and all is available in the mailing that comes to your home every week through email. The Israel Bookshelf, a thought-provoking book discussion series led by Gary Gilbert, is concluding on Wednesday, November 18th. It's a special event because the author, Kenneth Stern, will join the discussion. The book is The Conflict Over the Conflict, the Israel-Palestine Campus Debate, not to be missed. And mark your calendars for the November 20th Shabbat service. The esteemed speaker will be Jack Pitney, professor of politics at Claremont McKenna College, sponsored by the Brenda Rosenfeld Scholar Series. The topic will be, of course, the election. Concerning education, for the first 2 months of the school year, the TBI Preschool, under Deborah Pruitt's direction, has provided loving care and quality early childhood education to our community's children. Happy and healthy youngsters, parents, and staff are grateful. And the preschool is thrilled to announce that it's exceeded its $30,000 fundraising goal in honor of retiring longtime teacher Cindy Lang. Thanks to all who made this possible. Beit Sefer on Zoom is completing its 2nd month with great success. Check your e-blast for more information. And details about all of these can be found in the Kahila and in your weekly e-blast. And Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much, Jeff, and not only for helping with announcements tonight, but for all that you do to enrich the life of our community. Thank you so very much. Cantor, do you have any additional announcements you need to add?
The only thing I'll add is once again, for the 29th year in a row, the Claremont Interfaith Community will be holding a Thanksgiving gathering, as it has been in the last number of years. It'll be on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. It will be online. Both Rabbi and myself will be participating, and just keep your eyes on the TBI outreach media, however you may find them, for links and for ways that you can join us once again for a Thanksgiving gathering for the whole community, and gathering with our brothers and sisters from all of the different faiths that will be represented there. That's on November 25th at 7 p.m.
And it's my birthday, so you can join me for my birthday at the Thanksgiving service. That would be lovely. Love to have you there. We're going to
tofurkey
continue-
cake.
We're going to continue with Aleinu L'Shabeach. It's in the middle of page 282. If you're able, you can rise where you are.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגורי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We turn our thoughts to those who have shaped our lives and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. We remember the recent deaths of Iva Metlitsky, brother of Harold Metlitsky, uncle of Russell Metlitsky, of George Limburger, husband of Pidge Limburger, Marta Zamora, mother of Victoria Lobis. We remember the Yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Francis Epstein, Edward Ginsburg, Florence Gold, J.M. Kelber, Rose Kelber, Jesse Nathanson, Jack Parnass, Sam Pastor, Alice Zuckerman, Ida Braverman, Robert Bach, Pauline Chellemer, Max Saul Chesler, Bertha Ann Goldstein, Benahen, Irving Herman, Ann Kornhauser, Ruth Mendelson, Rachel Wager Lacrosse, Jack Bleich, Rose Levine Bucksbaum, Alice Schreiber, Lillian Ruth Wine, Ann Baker, Rose Levine Bucksbaum, Edwin Greenfield, Robert Hudson, Samuel Kaplan, Barbara Katz, Sonia Blechman Litzker, Joseph Mock, Celia Ort, Gladys Robinson, Patty Aaron Ross, Mildred Seraphin, Myron Shrego, Beverly Zaki, Sophie Abramovitz, David Alperin, Ronald Kramer, Norton Levy, Mitzi Lipset, Sandra Mast, Bill McAdams, Joseph Blendman, Judith Isaacson, Seymour Joseph, Dr. David Rotner, Fritz Silton, John T. Jack Edwards, Alicia Janine Fenton, Agnes Hunter, Joan Croft, Adelheid Lesser, and Sydney Weiss. We, of course, add to all of those names those who you are remembering, and you certainly can also mention them in the chat as we join in Kadisha Tom. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'alma divrach Hirutei v'amlich malchutei v'chayachon v'yomachon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael v'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei
Shmei
Shmei
Rabbah
Rabbah
Mevarach
L'Olam
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 Maya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei Dukudesha Brichu
Brichu.
Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'miram v'alma v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'imromav Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru. Amen.
Amen.
Zichronam livracha. May their memories always be for a blessing. We will conclude with V'yado, and then stick around for Kiddush and Motzi. Shabbat Shalom.
Beyado of Kidduchi, Ve'edishan ve'ayra, Ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira, Ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira. My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hand. Ve'yado of Kidduchi, Ve'edishan ve'ayra, Ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira, Ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira.
If you have a cup of juice or wine nearby, you can grab it so that we can join in the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri agafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikraye kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Ki banu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. L'chaim.
L'chaim. We join in Hamotzi.
Just have to show off our festive challah, courtesy of the Madrid family.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Hope to see you soon.
Shabbat Shalom.